I know. I said I'd do one more video, but I got some more I want to talk about. The bugging. You know how we used to have bugs in the computers, and so they had bugs, and then they had viruses that were bugs that causes collapse of networks. Well, the new collapse of a network is a trend. Is a Monovan post. And then a Monovan post associated to a Gary post, associated to a Democrat post, associated to a newscasting post, attached to a plethora of women wearing bikinis. Those are bugs. Because they affect your daily routine. And they create this weird... It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain what it is. It's very diseased. And it affects the entire world. And they're really weak, so I'm just going to tell you that. It's because I developed this strength. DD/P. Sorry, I was cross-talking. Let's read this. Agents may have effective radios built inconspicuously into a suit, coat. You think maybe Gary wears that? Antenna and all. And they have motoring pickups or fantastic capability and design. Anybody ever seen Tom Cruise Mission Impossible? Do you think that technology actually exists that's on red notice? How are they using it against you? How are they using it? Not for you. They don't use it for you. They use it against you, and you're just working a 9-to-5 job. They don't use it to get the bad guys. They use it to get the good guys. So now the bad guys named Monovan are on a television show where she's going live and then posting about it to brag about how wonderful she is. I was so inspired by myself. While she abused the women in the car, while she abused the people that were in her path along the way, while she acted giddy and excited, as if she was a Shah. And literally in words disrespected the women sitting in the car by saying it almost looked as if you knew what you were doing. That's Persian. She wanted to make sure that you weren't going to... She wanted to make sure you knew your place. She wanted to make sure that you knew that you're not worthy. She wanted to make sure that you felt bad so that she could feel like she likes labels. So she wanted an actual food stager, not a pretender, because she doesn't want to go to somebody and say, well, she would have said this. Well, I had to hire her because my other one canceled on me. So then she doesn't take responsibility, and then she doesn't give credit or an opportunity for the girl who actually did the food staging to even grow in a business. She's very, very common knowledge that she behaves like that. And that's what we're dealing with the elite out of New York City. That's the form of inclusive woke culture. That's what woke culture is up to. Now, topple that over that with all the 12 and a half emotional ingredients. But not effectively moving you into the career of being a food stager. Because Monovan will ensure that if you give her attitude, you will not make it in this business, because that's who Monovan is. So you better not catch attitude with her, and you better fucking agree to everything that she says. And that's Gary's fiance. Where was I in this book? Map. Don't forget about the oppression, diabolical, communism. So in the car, they're talking talking nonsense to convince these people of who she's not, but actually thinks she is, while it's clear in their face. And then over time, they'll become slaves to her ideas. And then becomes a slave to the energy of her being a worship bitch. And then she'll say she's a sweet person. And then Gary Vee will say, yeah, you're a sweet person. Although people will be clouded by her sweetness or whatever it is. And that's the beginning of this new evolution of woke culture, because none of you have any background in actual education in any form. So you're all a bunch of morons. The fact that you had the audacity to talk about feelings and this capacity on this scale of platform is absolutely communist. It's literally the start of a what do you call it? A concentration camp. We are all in concentration camps. And whether you believe in them or not depends on if you're in a concentration camp of what you think is success, which is those at the college campuses, because they think that they're going to win at this shit. I said think, not that you were going to win. You think that you are going to win. You're not going to win. And Kamala Harris wanted to give a communication. Oh, okay. Talk about the worst fucking shit I've ever seen in my life is to watch her speak. I want to let you know that you're doing a great job. And then I'm just so grateful. You all are working hard around the clock. And then we hear from a lady in North Carolina that didn't show up for 4 days. FEMA didn't even recognize us, and they didn't show up for 4 days. So then you aren't doing a good job, but you're standing over there smiling in front of Kamala Harris. And this is a top of the tier Kamala Harris fault. And then you're responsible for it also because you're voting for Kamala. Because I can see it in your fucking eyes that you're, flabbergasted by her bigness of her celebrity. Transportation anywhere in the world now. Oh, I can do that. Right now I'm in France. Okay, now I'm going to go to Australia, and I hate Australia. Okay, now I'm going to go to Mexico, where there's now a woman president. Are you fucking kidding me right now? They're in big fucking trouble. I can probably guarantee that was a hoax election also. We don't want women in charge. I'm sorry, but how many more women are going to they're destroying the world slowly. Italy, Mexico, a bunch of others. Jordan, the queen from Jordan's big mouth is flopping all over the place. You are not qualified. You're not qualified to be in charge. And that's what's wrong with this shit, is women are not allowed to be in these positions or given the platforms to destroy lives. But take a look at what they've done for Monavand. So they're selectively choosing who they want to be in charge and then disintegrate the rest of us who are actually hardworking individuals in the world. Go take a look at all these piece of shit podcasters and their piece of shit followers. Go take a look at all these bullshit millennial Gen Zs who spent their whole entire life listening to fucking podcasts. What a fucking education. And they all think they fucking know it all. We might have to do one more video. We'll see. Debugging? I don't give a fuck about these bitches. You all are mentally fucking insane. The Cold War, the Pyrrhic Gambit. Time of covert action. U2 to the Kennedy inaugural. Khrushchev's challenge, the U2 dilemma.